Hi everyone, it's Erin from Top Shelf DIY. This is Evan, and today I'm going to show you how I made this super easy sand and water table from just some scrap wood and some sensory bins I had lying around. Evan, what's your favorite part? Red and green. So stick around, I'll show you how I put it together. So here are the plans for the water table. I'll include a link below where you can download the plans for free. I designed the table to be pretty tall because my son's tall, so it's 24.5 inches high and 40.5 inches wide. There are 2 holes to accommodate the 28-quart sensory bins we had in the house, and then a hole in the middle for an umbrella to block out the hot Georgia sun. You need 2 types of wood, and that's a 1x4 and a 2x4. I actually had all the scrap material just lying around in my garage, so I didn't spend a dime on wood. Next, I cut my tabletop pieces from 1x4s that were cut at a miter 45-degree angle. In case you're wondering how I figured out the dimensions to fit the Tupperware bins, here's how I laid my pieces down with the Tupperware bins in place. And then here's the final look once everything was cut. Using my Craig jig, I drilled pocket holes in 3 of the tabletop pieces. A 1x4 is 3/4 of an inch thick, so based on the Craig guide, you'll set your block and stop collar to 3/4 of an inch. And you'll want to use 1 1/4 inch pocket hole screws. Fun fact, you could also use this process to make a picture frame with the same mitered corners and the same pocket holes, just a little bit smaller. So here's where I started screwing the tabletop together with the pocket holes. I placed a small piece of plywood under each corner and clamped it with a face clamp to prevent the corner from shifting as I drilled. What I should have done is wrap the entire frame with the band clamp and then add the face clamps, but alas, such clamps elude me as of yet. You'll see I had a little difficulty screwing in the last corner because of this and the shifting that happened, but really in the end everything came together just fine. These are the 1x4 aprons that I'm attaching to my table legs. Each apron piece has 2 pocket holes on either end and then 2 to 3 pocket holes along the middle, depending on if it's the long piece or the short piece, which will make sense in a minute. Once the aprons were cut, I attached them to the table legs using a face clamp and a right angle clamp. The right angle clamp prevented everything from shifting while I was drilling, and the black face clamp was used to set the apron back 3/4 of an inch from the front edge. Both worked great. Luckily, for Mother's Day this year, I got a Lowe's gift card, which allowed me to get the beautiful right angle clamp. Love it. Sorry that I had my back turned to you at this point. I probably should have moved the camera around, but you get the idea of what I was doing in each corner. Clamping, drilling, clamping, drilling.
Clamping, drilling, clamping, drilling.
At this point, you should have a frame and a tabletop. Make sure the tabletop is flipped right side down so the pocket holes aren't visible when you flip everything right side up. Then set the frame on the top. Secure everything using the remaining pocket holes in your apron pieces. And here she is. Now, there were just a couple of cosmetic blemishes that I was able to sand out with my orbital sander and a little bit of wood filler, which will hide pretty much anything. Sand it really well. Make sure, especially at the corners, you got nice smooth corners in case you have little bodies running into them. And wipe it all down and give it a coat of exterior paint or two. Add your hole for your umbrella. Let's go look. See what's out there. Walk forward. It's kind of chilly out right now. What do you see? It's a water and sand table. There's no sand in here yet, but we're gonna add sand and water so you can play with it. Yeah. Do you like it? Yeah. Can I have a thumbs up? Thanks. Coincidentally, the table doubles as a beer table for adults. Just grab yourself a few extra bins and fill them with ice and some cold brews. As you can see, Evan loves his bin. We've tried science experiments, bubble foam, and I've even got him washing dishes. You're welcome.